Hi wonderful people, welcome back to my channel. So if it's your first time, this is your girl Beauty by Chinny. So today I want to share with you guys the part 4 of my driving school. So if you want to see it, then keep watching. So the part 4 of my driving school is that from the moment I started till date, okay, so this is February, I have been studying. Okay, so let's say that when I initially started, things were not clear to me, and like I said in part 1, part 2 and part 3, the teacher told me that with time everything is going to be clear. So I actually thought that that is what happened. Okay, things begin to be clear to me. I started studying. Okay, so if you start the school, one of the things they will tell you is to do quiz. But if you're a beginner, a novice like me who don't know anything about driving, I will actually say that doing quiz cannot actually help you. Okay, why is that? If you start doing quiz without knowing the meaning of what you are doing or having the experience or an idea, it can actually land you to fail. Okay, so I'll advise you, if you're a starter and a novice, please don't do quiz first before studying. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys the honest truth about how I started and why and where, and everything you need to know about studying when it comes to driving school. So number one is that I first off started with the book they gave to me. They gave me this book, and this is manual. Okay, I started studying with this book. So why did I start studying with this book is that I started because it has so many things inside that can actually help you to understand. It has so many drawing, so many explanations, so many things that can start giving you the experience. So if you are going to the school, or maybe you are studying at home, please try to make sure that you have this book. It's very, very important. Okay, so as a novice, I started using it, and actually this is the book that actually helped me. I read it. I can say that I did not read all of them as for now, but I've read half of it. Okay, so I started using it, reading it, and that actually helped me to understand what the quiz is saying. Because if you don't read this book and start doing quiz, you can't have the experience or even have an idea of the kind of answers you are going to click, because the answers are not to explain or to write. It's just to choose yes or no. If it's yes, you choose yes. If it's no, you choose no. So this book actually helped me so much. When I finished studying with the book, I started doing quiz. So like I showed you guys in part 2 or in part 1, I think I showed you guys about the quiz patente. Okay, so that quiz patente is actually which is Guidevai. They are the ones that help me. Okay, so I started doing the quiz, and they also have so many things inside. Everything in the book is also inside of this application when you click it. All right, so it has so many things inside. Anyone you fail, you can easily go and read it. When I started doing quiz from November, December, January, second week, I always get 17 and fail 13. Sometimes I get 13 and fail 17 because of why I don't have experience. I don't really have so much experience like I do now. So what I'll do is that when I failed those ones, I'll go back and read it. Sometimes I'll just click out, okay, without bothering, without even thinking of rehearsing it, to memorize it, to know why I failed it, just because I wanted to get everything fast. So after second week of December, I started getting 24, 26, 28, 24, 26, 25, 22, 28. So that is how I started getting it. So during the first, I stopped doing quiz. When I stopped doing quiz, throughout the first, I didn't do quiz, I didn't study, I didn't read my book, I didn't do anything, because I was concentrated with the family, trying to put things in order for the family. All right. So coupled with January, when some people who first come before me started going, like, they want to go to exam. They just started, maybe some started 1 week or 2 weeks before me. Okay, so they want to go to exam. That is when I wake up from sleep, like I have to study. All right, so I started studying, and I started practicing doing quiz again. I started failing again because I begin to wonder, and my teacher was like, why did you stop doing quiz when you know that when you started before you were doing better and now you are not doing better again? So everything was not clear to me. I thought that everything was a joke. So I stopped the quiz again. I go back to the book. So through the book, the things you read in the book, whether there's road, the stradal, everything you read is in the quiz. The patent, you need to read the patent test, okay? I started reading it. I called my sister and I asked my sister which website will I go with laptop to, to be doing quiz. I want to change hands in quiz, not with only Guida Evi. I want to see other application quiz, okay? I want to see if they are the same thing, if they have similar things like the one of Guida Evi. So she told me Quiz Patente online. I went there and I was using it, and that really helped me. So one thing and good thing about Quiz Patente online is that when you use it, it will, when you fail, they will explain the demand. Like if it's number 5 you fail, they will explain it for you after the quiz, okay? That is how I started using it, and it has been really helping me. Ending of January, I started coming back to where I was again during December time. So I started getting 24, failing 6, 26, failing 4. Now I started getting 27, failing 3, because the question is 30 questions like I stated. In that 30 questions, you only have to get 27 correct questions. Then if you fail 3, you pass. But if you get 26 correct questions and you fail 4, you failed. So I started getting, 28, 27. So that is how I've been, studying. So one thing I would recommend for you guys is that once you read I'll advise you to read section by section, because that can actually help you. But in that 25 or 24 different section, they will pick one question from there. Maybe in one they will pick 2, in the other one they will pick 1. So that is how I think they do the quiz, the general one, the one you have to pass before driving on the road. That is how I've been studying, and at this very moment I can say to you guys that I get 28, I get 23, I get 26. I failed 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, sometimes 6, sometimes 8. But that does not mean that I'm not progressing. It means that I'm getting it. But because did I say that? Because in my grade I've already done 3,000 plus quiz. Okay, so if you look at it there, you see a 3,000 plus quiz. And you can't tell me that in that 3,000 plus quiz, the things they will ask are not inside there. So what I did again is I started memorizing. So anyone I fail, I'll try to read it to know why I failed it. I'll never ignore it. I must know why I failed it before I start, going ahead to another quiz. So that is how I've been practicing. So, but some people will say just do a lot of quiz. If you're a novice, like I said earlier, if you're a novice, don't do quiz. Please read the argument, read the book, read section by section to understand the signs of danger, the signs of prohibited, so many signs, okay? So even the assecuration, a lot of things, insurance, so many things that you can read. Just read them before you start doing the quiz. If not, you'll be having so many errors in the quiz. So this is actually what has been helping me and what has been guiding me through all this while. So here in February, I think I've known so many things, okay? And inside me, I'm now, feeling like I'm ready to go to the exam. This is just barely 2 months and some weeks. Let's say 2 months and 1 week, I started the driving school. I started ending of November, which is November 23. Then December, January. This is just 2 months plus, and I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I will not fail. And one thing I'm grateful for is that my family has been awesome, has been helping me, okay? So my children are behaving well. They don't disturb me, they don't distract me, and my husband has been cooperating just for them to make sure that I pass. So it's been a big sacrifice for all of us. So we are so grateful for it, and we don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted. I'm so grateful for it, and I don't take it for granted. I'm happy, okay? So this is my candidate advice, my 1 cent advice I can give you as a new beginner and somebody who don't know anything about driving. But if you're somebody who already have experience about driving, or you already know how to drive but you don't have driving license, then I can say you should go ahead with the quiz, because you already know the things inside the car, you already know the signs of the road, you already know how to cross in crotch, okay, how to cross the road, when it's your time, when it's not your time. You already know a lot of things. Then I can say you should do a lot of quiz. If maximum 10 quiz a day can actually help you, then it will also help you to memorize a lot of things. And trust me, if you do it for 1 month, 2 months, you'll be ready to go for the exam. And that is basically it, guys. So I'm so excited and I'm so grateful to God for this kind of opportunity that comes my way. Okay, so that is it. I'm so loving it, and yeah, that's it. And that is how I've been, studying, reading my book. So this particular book right here is the book I use. If there is anyone I didn't understand, I'll still write it here. I'll write it and make sure that I read it. I actually know that they're not going to ask all these things. And again, the things that have been helping me is that when you go to YouTube, you can also search for there are so many Italian people who are, teaching the science of the road and the many things, okay? So you can watch them and many explanation. But if you don't understand Italy, then I can advise you should look for people who speak English, okay? So who can read and explain to you so that you'll be able to understand. But that would be difficult because the questions are not in English, and it will be so disaster, like knowing it in English, but when it comes to the question, you don't know what the question is saying. That's a total disaster. So, and you wouldn't want that, okay? So I prefer to read in Italy, listen to Italy, and understand it in Italy, because that's basically the language I'm going to be using to do the exam. It's not something that I'll just sit down, read in English, then I'll go to exam. What if they write something that I don't know, or maybe the question they ask I can't read it, then I'll just go and click yes or no. That's how people feel. But the only thing I can say to you guys is that this is what I do, this is what has been helping me, and now I feel like I'm ready to do the exam, okay? Yeah, I feel like I'm ready. I feel like to go and give a first try, okay? But my teacher is the one trying to calm me, like I should be patient, I should be taking things easy, I shouldn't rush things, I should take one step at a time. No, he just, I want to try for the first time. I've seen a lot of people here in my school, when they would just rest maybe close to 6 months, because the expiring date is 6 months. Once the 6 months expired, you have to do another registration. And I don't know what you are going to read. If you read, I prefer you read, understand things, and go to the exam, right? But waiting for the approximate, or maybe for the appropriate time for the quiz, or maybe ending off your section or ending off your 6 months, then you go to the quiz. It's not good. I don't like it, because you will not have, what if you fail in the first time? You will not have time again to study. They will just give you a matter of 2 weeks or a matter of 1 month, okay? So, but as I studied, I want to go and give my first try. I want to give it a first try to, see. And I pray, and I know that if I go there, I'm not going back again the second time, but my first shall be my last. As a Christian, I believe so, and I pray to God for it, to my Creator, to my Maker who sent me there. And I'm so grateful, because He told me that even in my trial, even in my difficulties, even my problems, He will give me peace. Okay, so He gave me peace and asked me to read, study. How I study is that when it's time to pay attention to my children, I pay attention to my children. Finish when they all sleep, then I'll start reading my big book till 1 o'clock in the night. Try to do a lot of quiz, try to do so many things, watch on the TV, watch on the laptop. Okay, so my laptop is also here. This laptop has been helping me in so many ways. So I try to read in so many things. As you guys can see, you see the quiz I'm doing here. You see the quiz. Actually, this one is the one I did in the night. The first one I did in the night was, I failed 3. and the second one I failed 2. So the third one I failed 6. Okay, so that is how life is. So I read to understand it and to know, why I failed it. And yeah, that's all, guys. And I hope this actually help you guys to know how to go about the quiz and not to jump in the ending, like jumping into the quiz without reading the book or without reading the things that you need to read before anything. So I will advise you to read first before doing the quiz. So that is actually what will help you to understand it. And I can say again, please, if you're somebody who likes to translate, always make sure that you translate and read it back in Italy, because like I said, your questions are going to be in Italy. So you don't need to read in English, and it will help you to fail. It will not help you to pass. But if there is a particular word you don't understand, try to translate it, try to memorize it, and try to, know it, so that you'll be able to, when you see it in the quiz, you will know that this is what it means, because in quiz it's not going to be like that. So, and that is it, guys. I hope this helped you, and if you really do, please don't forget to give my video a thumbs up and also subscribe in the subscribe button. Of course, I'll see you guys in my next video. Remain blessed and have a fantastic day. Bye, guys.